Hi, my name is Sandhya Gupta. Today in this video, I'll talk about if you are the person who wants to speak in English confidently and fluently but don't know how to start speaking English from zero. So in this video, I'll tell you how to start speaking English from zero. Here from zero means I'm considering you as a person who is not good at tenses, who doesn't know much about sentence structures, not much about prepositions, and I'm considering that this video is being watched by the people who have studied or studying this language as a subject. Despite being studying this subject for long, we could not be able to speak in English confidently because English is not a subject like math or science. It's a language or it's a skill, and this skill transforms our personality, our communication style, our attitude, everything. That's why we all are making huge efforts to be good at communication in English, right? Because speaking English has been need of time, and this skill shares a good bond with confidence. Actually, it would not be wrong saying that speaking English and confidence work hand in hand. That's why no matter if you don't have good physical appearance, if you don't put on branded clothes, but if you have good fluency at speaking in English, you can speak English confidently. You will be able to make your presence feel among your friends. I'm 100% sure, right? Do you agree here? If yes, then leave in comment section. And that's why we all want to be good at speaking in English, right? Actually, it's nothing like that we'll not make do with our native language. We can manage everything smoothly with our native language. But the attention, the appreciation we get at workplace or from our friends, for that, especially middle class society where expensive education cannot be afforded, for that we aspire to be fluent in speaking English, right? With this, now I'm coming to the topic of the video. How to start speaking in English from zero. Everyone tells us if you want to be fluent in English, you have to speak more and more. The more you speak, the more you be fluent. We know that already, right? But the question arises here in initial stage from the zero level where we want to take our first step. At that level, we are not good at tenses, we are not good at vocabulary, we are not good at sentence structure. And to speak in English, the first condition is that the thoughts and the information we should must have in our mind in English. Only then we can vomit in English. If we have all the information thoughts in Hindi, then how one can expect from us to vomit in English, right? So just to speak in English, before that we have to put information thoughts in mind in English first. Only then we can be able to speak in English, right? So to have thoughts and information in English in your mind, here I am going to give you some techniques. My technique number one is start consuming English content. And I think it's really important before you start speaking in English, just consume English content for few days. Because at very initial stage, you are not having ample of sentences in your mind, ample of vocabulary in your mind to utter from your mouth, right? So in the very beginning, if you consume first English content, by doing so you will be able to create a store in your mind of sentences, phrases, vocabulary, right? So in this way you will be having enough stock to utter from your mouth, right? Now the question arises, what to consume. You may consume some podcasts, interview videos, and you may watch some TV serials in English, you may watch movies with subtitles. By doing so, you will be learning about pronunciation, you will be learning about sentence structures, you will be learning about advanced phrases simultaneously, right? So before taking first step in speaking, just take first step for consuming. And the biggest benefit of consuming English content is that you will be improving your pronunciation, you will be knowing about intonations, pauses, articulation styles. So many things will be going all together only just by one thing, you are consuming English content. If I talk about me, what I used to consume, I would consume mostly interview sessions of celebrities, because in this way apart from learning words, vocab, phrases, and sentence structure, I was learning articulation skill. I was learning that how you can answer a simple question randomly if you are not prepared, and someone come to you and ask any questions and you are not aware with its answer, how to start, so how you can answer those questions beautifully. I used to consume English interview videos. Now I'm moving towards my technique number 2, that is taking help of translating app. Actually, during initial period there is no harm taking help of translating app, because in our real surrounding we have to speak so many sentences. Sometimes we don't find its translation even on Google, even on YouTube videos, in uh, any kind of podcast, in any kind of TV series, movies. We don't find these kind of translations. So if we are to supposed to speak these kind of sentences, how to translate them, that time we need, because we are not good at sentence structures, we are not good at sentence formation, so we need someone to translate these sentences in English for us, right? That time this work can be done with the help of translating app. You would not believe, I did take help of translating app and it helped me a lot. You would not believe, there were many sentences I had to speak in my real conversation, but I don't know how to translate them. So those days I would take help of translating app. So by doing so, what was happening with me, actually I was collecting these kind of sentences that was difficult to find on any kind of TV series or movie or in any podcast, right? So I was developing my own sentence bank, and that was my asset. And definitely once you translate any sentence with the help of translating app, that will work for you as an asset for whole your life. Whenever you start speaking in English, those sentences will be working as an asset for you. Now I am moving towards my last technique, that is talking to children in English. My last two technique was related to listening aspect of this language, that was consuming English content and taking help of translating app. But now this technique is related to speaking aspect of this language, talking to children in English. When you start speaking in English with two previous technique, you can have ample of thoughts and information in your mind in English, right? Now by practicing those two techniques, you would have reached that level where you have ample of stock to utter, right? Now, so it comes to speaking. But despite having so many sentences in your mind, when it comes to speaking, you get nervous, you get fumble. So just to overcome this fumbleness, this nervousness, I would suggest you take your first step of speaking with children. Because children are so innocent, if you speak with them in English and you commit any mistake, they will not mock you. Even if they catch your mistake and start laughing at you, you will not feel nervous, you will not feel hesitated. Even you would enjoy this situation, right? So here I would suggest you start speaking with children for few days. If you have conversation with children even for 15 days, you will improve a lot. You will overcome your nervousness, your fumbleness to a great extent. I'm pretty sure. It might be little difficult to believe that I had started my journey of speaking English with children, because when I noticed that whenever I start speaking in English with my friends, I would commit silly mistake, I would get fumble or I would get nervous. So that's why I took a hold for a while and start talking in English with children, because I found children are those who don't judge you on committing mistake, who don't mock you, right? And that's all we need during initial period. We need someone who doesn't judge you, who doesn't mock you, even motivate us to speak more and more, right? Believe me, this technique worked for me. When I realized that I have attained that 20-30% of confidence while talking with children, then I again started talking with my friends. And this way I was committing less mistakes, I was being mocked little less, and eventually I picked up fluency. So talking with children in English really very effective if you are the person who can translate sentences but don't have courage to speak among friends, right? So start speaking with children. It will work for you, I'm pretty sure. So that was my 3 technique to start speaking in English from zero. I hope you would like my technique. If you like it, then must share this video and adopt any one of these technique That's for this video. See you in next video with new topic. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye.